Hi, everybody. Welcome to Easy Fix with Kevin Rogers. We're discussing how to find clients, really good clients, even if you're starting out, how to get better and get clients at the same time. Study someone's funnel, products you're interested in, dissect their stuff, really read it, market it, mark it up. Ask yourself, what would I change about this? And then approach them and say, just so you know, I'm learning to write copy through your stuff. I think it's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I've got a whole file. I test myself and I improve my skills by rewriting some of your stuff. I won't bother you with that. I just want to say thank you for inspiring me. But I do have a burning question because I read everything you do, and this one thing keeps coming up. And if you could answer it for me, it would really, I'm sure, be enlightening for me. And that's it. You ask it, and you don't say, and if you ever need a no, don't do that part. Because then it becomes a pitch and they just ignore you. They put you in the pile with other the pitches. But if you can show somebody that you've been doing this crazy amount of work because you're inspired, because you're clearly dedicated to becoming a good copywriter, you're super interested in their stuff already. If they want to talk to a copywriter who they think maybe they can trust and they has some runway with them already, why wouldn't they want to talk to you if you seem like a good, sane person? Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Lola. Awesome. Okay. Couple other cool ones real quick. And if you have a question and you didn't submit it, go ahead and put it in. By the way, you may notice that I'm a little dressed up. I have a shirt with flowers on it. You want to know the story behind why I'm not in a black t-shirt right now? First of all, it's evening and I'm drinking wine, and I thought, let's dress for the occasion. But something interesting. I'm going to dinner as soon as I hang up here, so I'm already dressed for it. I'm going to walk out the door, get in my car, and if only have one glass, don't worry, and go meet people I've never met at a restaurant because they invited me. Isn't that interesting? I don't know anything about them except that they're in this business, and for some reason they're opening a new branch of their business across the bridge in Sarasota, and for some reason they want to take me to dinner. And I was asking myself, why did I say yes to this? what because we have all these layers of yes or no in our lives, right? Like, you all have people in your life that invite you to do things and you don't really want to go, but you don't want to, it's too weird to just say no. So you kind of put it off and all. But this is a person I don't know. I don't think I know. They didn't indicate that we know each other. They just said, we're going to be in town. We would love to meet up with you. Are you available? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I looked a little at what they do and it's relevant, but I'm excited to go meet people. I have no idea why they want to talk to me or hang out. There may be no agenda whatsoever. Just have a nice meal together. But that's what's happening when I leave here. And and I won't go down a rabbit hole, but it did get me thinking about how do we communicate and how do we connect with people? Because Rob and I, Rob Tillman is here. Everybody, special guest. He's in the crowd there. Rob and I sort of obsessing on helping people just be better communicators. You know what I mean? Do you guys feel like you're good at that when you say you're connected to somebody, or even if you do cold outreach? Just I'd say 1 to 10. How good of a communicator do you feel you are when you're meeting somebody for the first time? Just 1 to 10. 7. Okay, 10. Yeah, Rachel Kraft. I know you're great at this. Really, Pamela? Huh? That's very surprising. Joel 2. My goodness. Lee, yes, you're very good at this. Too much anxiety, Nat. I understood. You're 5. Yeah. We get in our heads and but I tell you what, I've been thinking about this. We have an advantage if you're a copywriter. We're supposed to be quirky. I mean, I can tell you the rumor. I don't know if you've heard it. It's that we're a little nuts. We're a little nuts. And yeah, I confirmed. We are not ready for mass consumption for the most part. Um, but that the great thing is that's expected. That's expected. And that means we get to BS. However, it doesn't mean that you can be a flake or if you're so awkward that you can't get through a conversation with somebody, even through email, it's just something you got to work on. It can absolutely be overcome. You can learn to, you just kind of put on a mask. You get yourself an alter ego, and you just write. How can we fail at this? Because we're copywriters. We write for other people all the time. So we just need to create kind of a character that communicates for us when it comes to clients. A super professional, kind of loose, kind of fun, some personality, but don't overdo it. And let's just get to the call. Now, you got to show up to the call, and you got to have a decent conversation. Can also be learned. Something Rob and I do a lot with people is we role play in these situations, because I'm sorry, there's no getting around it. You can't hide in your room and never talk to people and have a career as a copywriter. It's not, not one of these things so far has been an easy fix. I'm going to rename the show to Roundabout with Kevin Rogers. Here's the roundabout way to think about this problem. So Pamela, I don't buy that from you. I have talked to you. I've interacted with you. I think you're scoring yourself way too low there. You're pleasant. You seem very sane. I can tell that you are a nice person. I think you're, Rob, we need to come up with some kind of assessment so people can literally, Joel, I'm tempted to bring you on camera and talk to you to see just how damn awkward you are if you think you're a 2. You can let her in, Ben, if hopefully she'll stay. My dog likes to be near me. And but then she goes out because she gets curious, and then she wants to come back in. So she'll be asleep in a second. I'm sure you are, Pamela. All right, let me get to a couple more questions. This replay is going to be absolutely worthless because ideally, I had to completely close my browser. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here's one for all you copywriters. I get this question a lot. If you're not well known as a copywriter yet, how will you negotiate for a royalty deal or a profit sharing deal when you write copy for their funnels or help them create offers and upsells? Easy fix. Stop trying for royalties. Now, this is how I'll do this, guys. I'll give the easy fix, like the headline, and then I'll unpack it a little bit. That way we can get clips of me actually giving an easy fix. That'll be good. That's what I'll do. Easy fix. Stop trying. Now, here's why. Very, very, very few businesses are open, willing, and experienced in doing revenue share deals with copywriters. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but it goes one of 2 ways. Either they're a company who already has that in place, and you enter the fold and work your way up to the point where you're measuring results to the point where you're getting a cut. Say financial publishing, that's the model. It's always been the model. They embrace it because they get it. They want their copywriters to be happily with them and happily motivated to earn lots of money with royalties when something hits. It doesn't, you got skin in the game. Great, awesome. But everybody hears about these royalties and they think that that should be how they approach all clients. If someone's never done a royalty structure before and you propose it, I can tell you from experience, it's going to be sloppy. It's going to create friction. Now you can have performance bonuses and simpler things, but if your ideal situation going into a new client situation is royalties, and you're not accepting clients if they're not up for that, you're thinning your pool to, it's like barely going to get your feet wet of prospects. It's a relationship proposition. Okay. The way to get to a revenue share or royalty scenario is you, first of all, if they're proposing that, great. I'll give you an example. Someone I just supplied copywriters to, his goal is to make his copywriter filthy rich. He wants them earning $500,000 to $600,000 a year for writing copy for him. He has a plan for all that, but it's a minimum of 90 days of working together at, of course, a fee, but not a top fee, like cheaper than even some people would pay out of the gate for kind of in-house work. But if you make it past that and now you're in, sky's the limit. He wants to give you as much money as you can possibly earn together. Okay. So the answer is, the only way to negotiate royalty deals is to do it with people who already embrace that concept, or work with them long enough to where you have a ton of trust in the relationship, and then you can propose it. Let's say you started with them at a certain level and you've done great work together, and you see their business growing, your skills, your impact is growing, and it's either like, hey, you got to either pay me a bunch more, or let's work out some kind of revenue share, and then have the discussion. There's absolutely no reason you can't work something out, but they have to be willing to share the books with you. It has to be gross. It cannot be net. I made that mistake once. It was based on net profit. Here's a shocker. There's never any net profit, because it always goes back into traffic. It's like, well, sorry, I can't give you anything because we got to get more traffic, but then, it's really going to pay off. I said that last month, right? So get the royalty thing out of your head. It's holding you back unless you're specifically learning to write copy for the kind of companies that already embrace royalty arrangements. That was quick and easy. That only took me 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. One-step offer. Here's a good one. This is important. How do I jam pack all the juicy stuff I have to offer so that clients get my true value and hire my services? I can write compelling copy, craft an offer, front and back end. I can create a subscription model and way more, yet I think I don't know how to communicate that effectively. Really good question. Let's assume that you are very good at all these things. But if you are positioning yourself as a copywriter, I think that's smart. Okay. Yeah. We'll cut this in. Easy fix. Prove yourself first in one area, and then let them know what else you could do for them. All right. There you go. There you go, editors. That's the answer. Start with one thing, and again, it's trust. Everything comes down to trust. Because if they're looking for one thing you can do, but you can't resist telling them all the things you could do for them, what do you think is going to happen? Anybody want to say it in the comments? What do you think is going to happen if they say, hey, we need someone to write emails, and you go to them and go, oh, I can write emails, and I can build funnels, and I can even build a subscription model, and I crash, right? They're going to, yes, overwhelm, 100%. So I get it. You're excited and there's so much you could do, but if they're the ones with the money and they want to give some of it to you, take the money they're offering for the thing they want done and get inside with them. The great thing about being a copywriter in this scenario is they gotta let us weirdos all the way in. Us quirky sons of bitches. They you can't hold back from a cop. How are we gonna do our job if you're not showing us around, telling us your story? Where's it hurt? What's going good? Why'd you get in it? You know? And so we become their besties and we get to see the things they actually need. And once we build that trust, we can have those conversations with them. And one by one, we can begin. And then we've all seen this many times. How many start as a copywriter, end up as CMO, end up as a partner, end up as all kinds of things. Absolutely doable, but it will never work if you cannot resist blurting out everything that you could do for them, because they were going to get scared and anxious, as was said here, and just do nothing. All right. So that's the answer. Start with one thing. We're getting clients. Okay, here's a good one. Do you have a great way to quickly end a call or decline a call in the first place with a prospect that's obviously not a good fit? Yes. Very simple answer to this one. Create a survey before you book a call. So it's like, hey, want to call with me? Great. Answer these 3 questions. I need your name, your email, 4 questions. Name, email, phone number, and the one thing you'd like your help with. Based on the thing they need help with, more in their willingness to, give you information, you'll know. I mean, you can just tell how people talk about their problems, whether they're qualified for your help or not. And then if they're not, you just say, yeah, you know what, based on that problem, I just, that's not something I'm addressing in my services anymore. Here's a couple of places I recommend where you might find somebody who can help. I wish you the best. That's it. You avoided the whole call. All right. Just make them tell you what they want to talk to you about. Because if you're doing your job of being coveted and showing them enough value that they think you can solve their problem or you're somebody they should talk to, then you kind of got to make them prove it to you. So you get on a call and spend your time talking to somebody who you might be able to do cool stuff with. All right. All right, one more, and then I gotta go pick a cologne. I'm gonna wear a lot of cologne to this dinner with strangers. I'm just kidding. I've never worn cologne since I was in high school. I had the Polo. Is that still around? Polo cologne was like my first cologne. It is. And then Drakkar Noir. I'll tell you who smells great all the time. And I'm gonna start rumors right now because it's the 3rd time I brought his name up. My man Rob smells terrific. Rob, I don't know if you're willing to give up the scent. I think I've asked him before and he's vague about it because he likes to keep his edge. But man, that guy smells good. If I could find a cologne that smelled as good on me as that, I would wear it. But I think it's so much about your body chemistry, right? That. Oh, by the way, I have a cool podcast coming up soon with Ali Dadad. She is she mixes perfume. I don't know what do they call that? Perfumist, mixologist, scentologist. I don't remember. But she's also a writer, and we had a great discussion about the parallels between creative writing and creating scents and perfumes. It's really interesting. Chanel number 5. That'll throw for a loop. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or maybe some kind of like a cheese, like some kind of. People say, "Wow, you smell like Munster. You smell like Eddie Munster." All right. There was another good question I wanted to get to. Pricing. All right. I guess I did this. Imposter syndrome. We all have it. We all get it. And here's my clip, my easy fix. how do I get past imposter syndrome? Get used to it. And it's actually a good sign. If you have imposter syndrome, it means you're working hard to put yourself in positions that give you a little anxiety. And that's a good thing. It means you're pushing yourself. It means you're growing. And the more you do that, the more you'll recognize that imposter syndrome is unfortunate and uncomfortable, but you'll always get on the other side of it. And pretty soon you won't be the new person feeling the way around a new thing. You'll be that expert, and it gets a little easier every time, but it never stops showing up. You know, I'm friends with a lot of legends in this industry, and we talk about imposter syndrome sometimes. They still get it on certain subjects. Just how it is. So get used to it, embrace it, take it as a good sign that you're pushing yourself, and then you feel better about it. Limburger cheese. What is that? It's a little Limburger. You like it? No, I need you to go away. Yeah. Okay. Does anybody want to come on and say hello real quick? Or does anybody have a question that I did not address? Anybody want to talk to me and come on and say hello, and we'll do like a lightning round of tackling the question? Or you all just wanted to basically be at a live rambling podcast with me? Yeah? Usman? Okay, where's Usman? Usman. Yes, imposter syndrome is your friend. Good way to put it, Joel, who considers himself a 2 on the communication. I think he is also cutting himself short. This should put you on, Usman.
Hello.
Hi, Usman. How are you, friend?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah, so I had a pricing question. Um, can I ask?
Yes, please. I'm here for you,
Yeah,
buddy.
awesome. Okay, so recently I pivoted from full-time copywriting to freelance copywriting, and I think yesterday I received a test project from like an 8-figure brand for like 7 emails, right? They want me to write 7 emails, and they were asking me for a price quote. So I was wondering, how do you go about pricing test projects, and if you could share some tips on how to ace these projects apart from actually writing good copy. So something about that. Thank
Ah,
you.
thank you. This is a great question. Again, Rob and I deeply immersed in this. We just did a program called The Goods that was all about this. Look, as far as pricing, I'm usually consulting clients on this part of it, and I tell them a respectful amount for a test project. Now, with the context that the goal of the test project is to make things official and at least do like a 90-day trial contract, or start on a retainer or something, right? And so 7 emails is quite a bit. I'd say 1,000-ish to 1,500. It should be enough for them to be invested in you, and basically they're paying for your time. It's like a paid audition is the way I look at it. So for you, it's not really profit. It's just respecting your time. I think 500 is too low for 7 emails. That's under $100 an email. You could just say 100 an email. It's like, hey, let's make it easy, 100 an email, right? Because it isn't a project, it's a test. I would also get a little clear. Hopefully they were clear with you, Usman, that, hey, if we like the copy, we're going to run it. Like, okay, well, if you decide to run it and you have numbers, again, it's just kind of have to let it be what it be. I was about to introduce a bonus scenario, but that would complicate it. So let's just say somewhere around the $100 an email mark. But only, if you get a whiff that they're trying to get cheap copy out of you, then use your judgment. But if you're let me ask you, Usman, are you still on? Is this someone you're talking to and feel good about potentially working together? You said it's an 8-figure brand, so they know what they're doing.
Yes, I'm confident. Yeah, I mean, they seem legit.
Okay. Yeah, does that make sense? Like 100 an email or something? It's like, just pay for my time. And I got to do
Yeah,
some research and I want to kick ass for you. And so let's just keep it simple. And I want to knock your socks off so we can work together. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that was great advice. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's the approach I'd take. It's like, you know, it's good that they want to pay. Definitely accept their money. What you don't ever want to do is go, don't even worry about it. No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
And but make it a no-brainer for them. And then they see you're good to work with, but you also respect your own time. So I hope that helps. Does that answer the whole question?
yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bye
buddy.
bye.
Let me know how it goes. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right. How did everybody like this? Was this fun? Was this helpful? Tell me in the comments. I'm not good at formats. I am good at talking. Okay, good. Hi, Rachel. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's been so long. We got to catch up. This was helpful. Okay, good. Yeah, it's always fun. All right, we'll keep doing it and ask me good questions. And this is kind of smart too, right? Because I can tell it's really interesting from the questions, like who's in my audience? What are they concerned about? What can I help with? So always good to have dialogue. I appreciate everybody making time. Hope you have a great night. I'll let you know how the dinner goes. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, let's start an investigation. I don't know these people. This may be fortuitous. I don't know. The last thing we heard him say was he was having dinner with strangers from London. I don't know. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.